grab a beer, and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi!
Hey! Oh, geez, wait.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy. And as always, I am joined by, well, one of the better co-hosts on the... the best co-host a guy could have.
Or find.
For what I'm paying him. It's all I could get. So, Jim, you're here.
So, Mike, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Hey, you know, there's that little nip in the air. Something's just around the corner.
Yes, it is.
We might have given it away at the beginning, so I don't know.
I don't think we did.
Do you think there was too many hints at the beginning?
Maybe. You never know. I think people still wonder.
Well, I know but that's a good thing.
Yes.
So I think because we've been kind of all over the map with how the beers have been playing out for the tasting. So this might be out in left field again, huh?
It could be, but you know, this time of year, it's coming up on. What's it coming up on?
Oktoberfest.
Oh, there you go.
And this isn't it weird? Just like all the big box stores always seem to move their holidays earlier and earlier and earlier. It seems like the brewers are doing the same thing where they're putting all their stuff out earlier and earlier on the shelves. I don't know if you've seen that. I'm just going through some of the liquor stores and starting to see some of those beers.
I was going to say, it gets to be this time of year, and you know that Oktoberfest beers and pumpkin beers are going to be showing up real quick, if they haven't already.
Right.
Well, apparently they have.
Yes, I did find a few, and hopefully this is a good tasting, because I tried to find a few that we hadn't had before, and I think the last one might be one of your top beers that you've ever had.
Wow.
So I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing it out there that everybody's have to stick to the very end, because I think it is a really good beer, and I don't think we've ever had this style of Oktoberfest beer.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, normally we have the lineup sitting in front of us, and Jim has been very secretive today with what he's picked up.
Yes.
So I'm rather intrigued with what's going to show up out of that cooler, I might say.
Yes, well, but that's the good thing, right? It's cold. It's all Oktoberfest beers, so you can't go wrong.
Right.
And I just happened to find a few questions to ask you too along the way.
Okay. Well, I feel a little bit more confident on this than I have on some of your other ones, but I could be totally wrong. So we'll see. Now, you know, Jim, this is our we should say this is our second annual Augustoberfest.
Nice.
Because last year in August we did
some early ones.
We did some early Oktoberfest as well. So it's kind of a tradition now.
Yeah, well, hopefully the listeners out there too we're able to provide them a little bit of input on hopefully some of these beers are all good, and they'll be able to, because that's one thing that I did find was that none of these were in build your own six pack.
Really? So you had to buy fours and sixes or whatever?
Of all of these. So that's just one thing out there. But I'm sure at the end of the season, they might be, when they're trying to get rid of them, they might break them up. But right now, you're going to have to pay a little bit more to get your Oktoberfest on.
It seems kind of like that, doesn't it? And then, like I said, some places you may find a few, you know, a couple they may have on a build your own six pack, but not very many, it doesn't seem like.
No, and what was weird is I went one day and I saw some Oktoberfest beers. I went back the next day, and the ones I saw had already been gone, or already been taken, and they had a whole different supply. So I was like, wow. So just in a day when people started seeing them, they were buying them already. So
that's wild.
Yeah. So if you like Oktoberfest beers and you see some on the shelf, I wouldn't wait. I'd buy them up right away.
No doubt. Well, you know, what's funny is you think about it. Pumpkin beers at times are like IPAs where you love them or you hate them.
Right.
There's not a lot of people that, they're okay. Oktoberfest beers, it's really, you get the whole spectrum. You know, some people love them. Some people probably, hate them. Other people, they're okay. So, I mean, pretty much I think Marzans and such fest beers like that, people seem to, especially this time of year, I think maybe it's because it's new and they go, they're back out again. And
it's a seasonal type.
Yeah. Yep. So, that doesn't surprise me. I guess. Yeah, it does surprise me that they sold out that quick and we had new ones, but that's pretty wild. So I guess,
should we start on one?
Sure.
It's one we've had before.
Okay.
but it's always a good fail-safe that you can never go wrong. This is a Sam Adams, the Oktoberfest beer.
Okay.
5.3% ABV, 16 IBUs.
So now this is just to basically cleanse our palate or get it ready for your other stuff.
There you go. That's a good, because this, I don't think many Sam Adams beers are, you can't really go wrong. Sam Adams does a pretty good job.
Right. Yep. I agree.
This is going to be easily our easiest one of the whole session.
Okay. All right. There's some for you.
All right.
Now with Sam Adams, like you said, I do think they do a good job all around on their beers. You know what I mean? They really, they're a bigger craft brewery, of course.
Yep.
But I do think that they make a lot of stuff that is really good.
Yes. This has got that orangish hue.
Oh, definitely. It looks like what you would expect for an Oktoberfest for sure. That's
a good way to start the session off.
I would say right off the bat, if a new person has never had an Oktoberfest, they could try this.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes you get a little stronger malt flavor out of some of them, but this is real easy drinking.
I mean, you could easily buy a 6-pack of this. If you're a first-time Marzahn enthusiast, you wouldn't have any problem. I mean, on a hot day, these would even be good, I think.
Oh, yeah. Did you say what the ABV was?
5.3.
5.3, okay. So that's
a little bit lower.
Yep. I see, but that's most of your Oktoberfest, I think, are going to fall kind of in that, 5 to 6 range, I would guess.
Yep.
Yeah, at least the ones I'm familiar with.
Well, that's why we have this podcast, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to break the mold.
Oh, all right.
We are going to break the mold. That's why I didn't want to show you what they were because, like you said, most are in that 5 to 6 ABV range.
Right.
Where I did find one that's outside that.
Ooh. Okay.
So I don't want to spoil it for you or the listeners. I just want to make sure that everybody listens to the end because hopefully it surprises everybody. But I like this beer. This is good.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, like I said before, they do a really good job on pretty much all their beers, really.
Right.
And yeah, I don't have any complaints whatsoever with this one either.
And I know we've had it before, but I thought maybe this would be a good way to start us off. And then what are you thinking on the score for this one?
Well, like I said, I think anybody could drink it. It's a good introduction to an Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Anybody can. I don't think it would scare anybody off. Is what I should say. I'm gonna give it a 3. I mean, honestly, I think that it's above average. And like I said, I think it's one that you're gonna find most people are gonna be like, that's a good example.
Right, and I mean, not to harp on it, or not to say anything bad, but like the big box beers, they're about that same ABV, between that like 5.2, right, or 4.5.
Yeah, you're depending if it's not a light beer. Light beers are less,
the light
but
beer.
Your normal beer, they're going to be somewhere to like 4.2 to 5.
So I mean, right off the bat, you're not gonna. This isn't gonna get you drunk. It's got a good flavor. I'm right in there with you, Mike. I'm not gonna change that at all. I'm gonna say a 3.0. Oh, so
now when you said it can't get you drunk, it all depends. I suppose it could.
Quantity.
Oh, yeah, there you go. More quantity.
So that brings me to question number 1.
Okay, let's see what I do.
Here, and remember, I'm giving you the easy ones first.
I appreciate that.
It's going to be easy. I mean, you should be knocking these. All you should be seeing is dingers.
Okay, I'm hoping. I'm getting ready.
Just like some of our favorite baseball players.
Okay.
Which city did Oktoberfest begin in?
I'm going to go with where it's at, Munich.
You are correct.
Yes.
Germany.
Munich, Germany, yes. At first I thought, did they change it? Did it start,
No.
you know what I mean, somewhere else, and then they moved it, so.
No. So look at that. See,
piece of cake.
Do you want some of what's left in there?
Oh, sure. Well, I'll take some more.
All right, and then we'll get this.
Yeah.
I like this beer. This is...
Yeah. And it is pretty surprising. Honestly, when you had said, hey, do you want to do Oktoberfest? I thought, man, it seems early.
I know.
But then I looked back at last year's podcast, and it was the same kind of towards the end of August again, and we did another one.
Really?
So,
I knew that we'd done one earlier in the last year, but I wasn't quite remember what month it was.
Right, yeah. So it's...
but hopefully the next year might be July then.
Well,
they keep moving back.
You look at the stores and their Christmas stuff was out before before Halloween, so
Right.
It could be. You never know.
All right, so let me see if I can find our second beer here. All right, so this is one of Mike's favorite breweries.
Okay.
That's why I found this.
He's having issues getting it out of the cooler.
Yes. Because I had to do the
hide and pack stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got ice on it.
Ah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's in the can.
All these, I think I think I only have 2 bottles.
Okay.
2 bottles.
All right. That's not a problem. Now, was it second in your list of things?
Yes, it is. It's on your first page.
Oh, on the first page. Okay.
So should I read a little bit about it?
Sure.
Get it ready?
So this one is Three Sheeps Oktoberfest, a Marzahn beer.
Marzahn beer.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a deep appreciation for the traditional German beers that laid the groundwork for what we brew and drink today. Our Oktoberfest is an ode to that tradition. It's a light-bodied and easy-drinking lager with a pleasant caramel notes. Caramel or caramel?
Either way, tomato.
Okay. Making it the perfect beer to ring in the changing of seasons. We spent years laboring over this beer, endlessly tweaking the recipe to find just the right malts and just the right yeast strain. We weren't happy until it was perfect. Wisconsin is proud of its Oktoberfest, and we're proud of this one. Prost.
Prost. All right.
It's from Three Sheeps. I know you like Three Sheeps.
Yes, they've got some good beer as well.
And this is 5.5%.
Okay, so a little bit higher.
And 1 less IBU.
Really?
15. So I was like, well, we can't really beat that then, can we?
No, not really.
Oh. And the can's got some good artwork on it.
It's got the white and blue. Like, yeah, we see kind of the I always call it a checkerboard, but I don't think that's what, but Oktoberfest colors are always like that, kind of a lighter blue and white. And this looks like an Oktoberfest.
Oh, it's got the orangish hue, it looks like.
Definitely.
Even the head's a little orangish.
A little bit, yeah.
I think this is actually a little darker than the Sam Adams, isn't it?
I think so. Just
a little
bit.
Touch darker. Smells good.
I know we've talked about this before, but it is really something to me how vastly different one Oktoberfest tastes compared to another.
Yes. When I was doing some of the research, I was trying to find out, when I typed in what is the difference between an Oktoberfest, a fest beer, a Munich-style lager, and it said, just ask the brewmaster. Each one will tell you something different. So there really wasn't a, specific way it had to be made. The only thing that I found was that if they're using traditional German styles,
okay,
it has if they're going to use the purity law, it has the 4 ingredients.
Is it 4 or is it 3? 4. Okay.
You know what they are, right?
Water, yeast, hops, and barley or grain or whatever.
Oh,
malt.
Oh, malt. You got it at the very end there.
Well, that's what malt. The grains are the malt.
Okay, all right. Well, so you got 2 right now. See,
nice. I didn't even know that was a question off the thing.
See, I'm just throwing them out there for make sure.
I see it. I don't mind this question though.
See, but this one does not taste bad either. I mean, you can definitely taste the malts, the caramel. I wonder if that's it does have that little sweetness to it.
Yep. I was going to say, you can tell between this and the Sam Adams, you can taste a difference.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that this is a bad one by any means. It's just different.
But I think that's good about Marzahns.
Oh, yeah.
They have the same style, but they all have that little bit of difference.
Yeah, and when you had said about if it was the caramel that you could taste that little bit of sweetness, that's exactly what I was wondering, because it does have on the finish, it has that little bit of a sweeter
which is good. It's
for sure.
I mean, that's kind of the finish right now. That's kind of what's lingering.
Yep,
is that little bit of sweetness, which I mean is you don't find that in many beers. So that's a good thing. I like that.
Yeah, it's
we're kind of breaking the ceiling on these beers so far.
I don't know.
These are all good ones. I mean,
it's weird.
I mean, we had a couple of sessions there where we didn't even break average.
Oh, speaking of, you remember way back when Haley was on the show and we did the mob craft?
Yeah.
That brought my average score down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, it's down to 2.97, but still, it was I'm wonder how that's, considering that I'm at, before today, I'm at just under 5,100. So depending on today,
it might raise it back up again.
We could hit 5,100 today.
Okay.
But it was just kind of funny that I was like, oh, yep, that brought it down. So,
well, that's good. So, I mean, that was good to have Haley in there with us, experimenting some new beers. I mean, it'd be good if we had a third person here, but I'm a little biased. These beers taste pretty good, so I'm glad that I get a little bit more.
So we'll save it for a new person for something else.
Yeah, maybe not as good of beers as these, but these first 2, to me, taste really good.
Very much so. So, I guess, what do you think on the Three Sheeps, Jim?
I'd like it. I'm going to go with 3.2.
Okay.
I'm going to go a little bit higher than the Sam, only because it does have a little more flavor.
Yep.
I like that malt and that caramel finish. Could I drink a bunch of them? I don't know. Maybe. Not like the Sam, but this one, I like the flavor. Okay. I like the flavor.
Yeah. I say I like the flavor too, but I almost, to me, it almost feels like it's heavier, so to speak.
Yep.
than what the Sam Adams was. And not that that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that at all. But it's just, I think I could drink more of the Sam Adams. So I'm actually going to go with 2.9.
Okay.
Just because of that.
Yep.
I don't know if it's the sweetness or what, but to me it just seems like it's a little bit of a heavier flavor to it. And again, not bad at all. I do think it might, if you had never had one before and that's the first one you had, it might turn them off a little bit just because, like I said, I don't know how to describe it other than it's just kind of a heavier flavor.
Yep. I know what you mean. I mean, especially the first, we're only having half a beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that it's that first taste you get right off there. So I know exactly where you're coming in from. Yeah,
because when that first taste, I was like, okay, is that a sweetness or is there a bitterness? But then the more you had, then it was sweeter.
Right.
So it was like, okay, I get it now. Like I said, I think some people may find that a little bit more difficult, so to speak, but they're both really good examples.
Yes. And while you're setting those up, we'll get your next question here.
Oh, boy. Okay. I'm 2 for 2, by the way.
Yes, you are. What was the impetus for starting Oktoberfest?
I know. It was to celebrate the marriage. Now, were they? I don't know if it was. They weren't king and queen yet, so it was Prince Ludwig and Princess and Teresa or something like that. Was that their names?
So I'll give you the credit.
Okay.
And the first one, you were correct. It was Crown Prince Ludwig.
Okay.
Later, he became king.
Yep.
And he was Ludwig the First. And he got married to Princess Teresa von Sachsen-Hindenburgenhausen.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
See?
I knew Teresa or whatever. So, yeah.
So apparently it was the wedding and the celebration was such a great time that the couple decided that they wanted to have that festival every year.
Well,
So I'm glad that they rolled out the red carpet for them and had such a good time.
That must have been quite the wedding to want to have that party every year. And they're still doing it.
Right. Well, hopefully our daughters don't get the same idea. We want to keep it low key. We don't want to have to keep doing it every year.
No.
One time, one shot.
And done.
All right, so I think we finished that first one.
The first
page. I was going to say, I'm looking here.
I'm not turning the page until you say I can.
So did we talk about Three Sheeps that they're from Sheboygan?
No.
So, and let's see if I got any good little nuggets. Looks like they started with a home brew kit in 2012. Okay. So something small, then they kept on growing and growing. And now it looks like in 2017, they moved to their current location, an old Coca-Cola facility.
Huh.
So that's a good thing. And I think we did have one of their beers that was really good. They'd made it for, what was that bar in La Crosse?
Oh, the Crow. Yep.
They'd aged one of their Imperial Stouts in a Pappy Van Winkle barrel. Wow, that was
good.
That was a good beer.
Yeah. Well, they also make the Wolf.
Oh, yes. That's a good one. Yep.
And I've actually had the regular and then 2 variants. I think you and I had shared them. The 2 variants. And they were very good.
Yes.
They're, of course, higher ABV and such, but they make some really good stuff.
Yes, I think if they would just do a little bit more, branch out a little bit more, like Central Waters or some of the other barrel aging places we've had, they probably could be right in there, but it seems like they're pretty limited. They don't branch out very far.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like, but you never know. We'll wait and see what happens, but yeah.
But, I mean, it looks like they're relatively new. So I'm sure they're getting all the processes in place, which we don't mind. We'll keep testing them out.
No. And like I said, if they, again, if you need pro staff, we'd be more than happy to try all your beers.
We could give it a whirl.
It would be terrible, but we could fight our way through it. So,
all right. So now we got, looks like an Oktoberfest beer from Bell's.
Oh yes,
and Bell's is looks like I think they have 2 big breweries, and this one is from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay.
5.5% ABV.
All right.
Bell's Oktoberfest is community in a glass.
Nice.
Our traditional Marzen lager has a rich German malt flavor and crisp hop aromas, making it the perfect pairing for the annual festival tradition of drinking beer with friends.
Nice.
So that's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. I like the look of the can. That's a cool.
Yeah.
Now it's different. It's got the same
diamond shape,
but they're orange, or kind of an orangish, and they got red and white and stuff. It's a neat looking can,
almost like fall colors, autumn.
There
colors.
You go. Yeah, for sure. That's the better way to describe it.
And it looks like Bell's sold its first beer in September 1985.
Wow.
So they've been around for a while. I don't know if they may have not just been distributed around here very much.
That is wild. I had no idea they were that old. For a craft brewery, that's pretty old.
Yeah.
Now, this one looks a little bit lighter in color than the Three Sheeps.
Yes.
Probably closer to like the
Sam.
The Sam.
But it does have a good head, and it's still, the head is not like even orange, it's more whitish.
No, this is definitely a white head on it. Yeah,
light aroma, there's not much.
Really light aroma. This definitely has a lighter taste to me than what the Three Sheeps did.
Yes. So for ingredients, it says water, malt, hops, and yeast.
Yep, there you go.
So I guess they were keeping with the German purity laws.
Yep.
They didn't want to break anything there.
And they're not going to give out the secrets to which hops or which, that they use.
Boy, that was kind of succinct there. They didn't want to like really branch out and let you know much about that one.
Well, trade secrets, things like that.
Yeah, I guess the flavor is, I was expecting a little more flavor. I mean, there's not much.
Right.
I mean, because it did say it was going to have a little bit more like crisp hop aroma.
Yeah, I don't
really taste that.
No, I don't either, dude. It's like I said, the flavor it's there, but it's not like the first two. The Three Sheeps for sure was definitely, you tasted the flavor.
Yes.
And the Sam Adams did too, but it wasn't quite as much. But this one, I think, of the three so far is probably for me, it's the lowest on the flavor.
Oh, for sure. And I was not able to find IBUs. I don't know if that probably wouldn't have mattered for this.
Right, sure.
Yeah, I was.
And it's like I said, just color wise too, it's a lot lighter.
Yep.
In color than especially the Three Sheeps. And that's kind of makes you wonder does that have anything to do with what the fact that the flavor is a little bit lower.
So what are you thinking on a score?
I'm going to go 2.5. To be honest with you, like I said, it wouldn't offend anybody, and this one is definitely one of those where anyone could drink it. But I just think between that and the Sam Adams, I would recommend the Sam Adams first.
Yep.
Between those two,
okay.
There's more flavor to it. The aroma really wasn't a whole lot.
Right.
I don't think, to me anyway. So it's not bad at all, but I think it's for an Oktoberfest, I would say that it was basically average.
Yeah, I'm right in there with you. I mean, I was hoping, and again, you don't really know what you're going to get because there's such, like you mentioned, such a wide variety of the way these are brewed. You just never know. So we're kind of rolling the dice. But I mean, it's not a bad beer at any stretch. I just, again, like you, was looking for a little more flavor. So I'm going to say a 2.6.
Okay.
Kind of right in there with you. And then that kind of just rolls right into question number 4.
Okay.
So what year was the marriage between Prince Ludwig and Princess Therese?
Okay. Will you give me...
I'll give you a number. I'll give you one of the numbers.
Okay, so you're going to give me 4 numbers?
It starts with a 1.
I knew that.
And it ends with a 0.
Okay, so I just need the
middle 2 numbers.
2 in the middle. Okay, I know it was in the 1800s. Let's see, I'm 18 early. So I know the last one's 1810.
You got it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, pulled that one out. You know what? Based on that... I got to brag once in a while when I get a question right.
Awesome. You know what you're doing, see? I'm probably giving you too easy questions. That's what the problem is.
No, that's not it at all.
So the other part, I won't ask you this question,
okay.
But the other component was that the wedding started on October 12th and it lasted until October 17th.
The wedding did?
6 days long with all the festivities.
Oh, okay. Because I was saying, how long were their vows?
No, just with all the festivities.
Yeah, everything together. Okay.
So that's probably why they thought, well, boy, if we can do this every year.
Yeah, no doubt.
I wouldn't mind that too.
6 days. Wow.
And we thought it was just bad to have one day for a wedding.
I was going to say, like 2 hours, and you're going, how long is this?
But yeah, that was, boy, you are like smoking.
I got lucky on that one.
I'm going to have to dig deeper and get some harder questions.
So pretty soon you're going to say, I'm not giving you any numbers anymore. So,
oh, well.
Wow. That one, like I said, I totally pulled that one out.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
You did.
I knew it was early 1800s, but I didn't know.
You weren't looking at your phone then?
No.
All right. Well, that's all right. So should I pull out the next one?
Yeah, if you want.
All right. Let's see here. Gotta make sure. Oh, should be back in your color scheme, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, it looks like it. Oh, not that one.
Not that one.
Good thing I didn't see the front of it.
This one.
Oh, interesting.
All right. So let's see here.
So this is by Indeed Brewing.
Yep.
And it's Oktoberfest. Now, it's very similar in color, a little darker, but it's cool. Yeah.
So it says, and it's 5.8% ABV and 18 IBUs.
Okay, so a little bit
So
higher.
we did 15, 16, and 18.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had them this close together.
No.
All right, so there it says their story. A beer, B-I-E-R.
Oh, fancy.
For festing is a beer we can all get behind. Our version of a classic German-style Oktoberfest pays homage to its roots with smooth German malts and zesty noble German hops. Light copper in color with a medium-bodied dry finish, our Oktoberfest is tailor-made to toss back Munich style. Prost.
Nice.
All right, well, that's cool.
Right. Well, let's
Wow.
crack this bad boy open here.
And Mike is on a roll here. He hasn't got any questions wrong.
Yeah,
Beer's tasting good.
and nobody else is here, so I can rub it in for once.
See, I'm getting weak in my old age. I'm not asking the hard questions.
You decided here, we'll let him.
Let him,
right,
and
so-
nobody's here to even hear all that unless
Nope, so nobody will believe it now.
it's only on the recording. So
Yep.
All right, so this
All
one
right, so
looks
this
lighter
is
too.
A little bit light. Yeah.
Did you describe the can for everybody? It looks like it's got
it's
a nice
that,
little.
Yeah, it's like that blue, but it's got the background of the can is that lighter blue, and then it's got that diamond pattern, but then it's got darker blue, and it's got a pretty cool. I guess you could say kind of like a coat of arms on the front.
Like a medallion type.
Yeah, that says Oktoberfest on it. So it's a neat can too. That's the one thing with the Oktoberfest beers, except for the Sam Adams, they don't have that bottle doesn't have that on it. But
Right.
all the cans are really sticking to that tradition of kind of that
Well, look, it's orange blue.
blue. Yeah, I never even noticed that. Good call there, Jim.
Well, I don't smell much for aroma.
Yeah, it's fairly faint. It's definitely not bad
No,
by any means.
I don't taste the malts or the hops.
I was going to say it's almost, I don't want to say watered down,
Right,
but kind of a lighter
Really, I mean, this is.
flavor.
But this is 5.8%.
Yeah, it's higher ABV, but the flavor itself is just kind of not.
Very nondescript.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing
it's-
really sticks out to me.
Maybe that Three Sheeps ruined us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's pretty faint.
Could I drink a few? I think I could drink a couple of them, but it's just like the flavor. I really can't distinguish which flavors are there. Mm-hmm. What's malts, what's hops, what's not. It's just like, darn it.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing a little bit. Just that I was expecting more of a traditional, what we would consider a traditional Marzahn, and this is just, it's a little lighter.
Yes. Just a little background on Indeed. One of our episodes, we talked about Mobcraft.
Yes.
And Indeed is like a block away
Oh,
from,
really?
Yeah, Mobcraft down in the Walker's Point area of Milwaukee. So there's a couple nice little bars right there. So if you're ever it's really close to the lakefront.
Okay.
And I think the third brewery that's like probably within 4 or 5 blocks is the Broken Bat.
Okay, and we've been there.
Right.
Yep.
So they're all pretty close in that old warehouse area of Milwaukee. I think that's what the Walker's Point area is. So I mean, kudos for, trying to keep up revitalize some of those old warehouses, and they're putting out a good product. I mean, I just wish I could distinguish some of the flavors a little more.
Right.
That's the only thing. I'm not knocking it, but it's just like,
that is one of the things that I think is really cool with a lot of the craft breweries is the fact that they are revitalizing parts of these cities that maybe were run down or not being used. Because we've been to a number of places where it's in the old warehouse districts.
Yes.
And there's a lot of craft breweries there. So that's really a cool thing there, I think. And I also agree that the flavor on this one's just a little bit
think the big open warehouses like that lend itself to, if you're having your big batches, your kettles, all that stuff, you can expand inside those buildings without having to move somewhere else. You can get the bigger everything right there. I mean, especially like that one we saw down in Iowa where they were in the Hostess bakery.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool. And like I said, we've been to, like in Dubuque, Iowa,
Yep.
the breweries that we were at there, they were in the old warehouse type district.
Yes.
La Crosse has one.
Oh, Pearl Street.
Pearl Street is in an old, like a warehouse type
was
building.
that the shoe factory?
The shoe factory, yes.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And now granted, and they need the space anyway for their brewing and all that, and to have a tap room and such.
Yes.
But yeah, it's cool. I mean, we've seen some really cool places.
Yeah, so I noticed that you weren't in the correct German attire, though, for our drinking.
No.
Unlike me.
That is true. I should have put my lederhosen on, but I do see that you have your dirndl on. So I'm happy about that.
So does everybody know what lederhosen are?
It's like leather pants.
Yes.
Basically.
There you go.
And a dirndl, for those of you that don't know, is the dress that the ladies wear. So Jim is wearing one of those.
Yeah. See how you are. I tried to be. Yeah, I tried to be nice, and
you're trying to bring some little class to the show, and I just totally ruined it.
So, what are you thinking on your Indeed? I'll let you go first.
Boy, dude, I tell you, this is another one that's just tough because it's kind of I'm gonna say a 2.6. I think just one step up from the Bells. Just because, I don't know why. It's a little bit smoother flavor, I guess. But it's just, yeah, I guess those two are kind of neck and neck for me.
I'm going to hit the middle, 2.5. I think it's just a smidge below. And I like the artwork on the Bell's can more than I do the one on the Indeed. So I give it the 10th of point for that.
I would agree with you there.
For
I
Bells,
think Yeah, I mean, the artwork on the Bells. Right now, I think the artwork on the Bells is the best of the four so far.
Yes.
But, and ladies and gentlemen, you'll see it when we post it online. They, like I said, a lot of these places, they do a good job when it comes to their Oktoberfest cans.
Yes, they do. So, since we just finished that one, I do have another question for you.
Okay.
So, what happened, and we're talking about the wedding celebration.
Okay.
What happened at the end of that very first year? What happened? What event took place at the end of the celebration?
What event?
Yep.
Well, I'm not guessing it's not a divorce. So
Correct.
that's good.
Yep.
Like what do you mean? What kind of event?
So if you're thinking 1810, right?
Yep.
So you got to think, what are they going to be doing for all 6 days? And they had to have some culminating event at the very end.
Like a sporting event or like just something they were doing or what? I don't know. I don't know.
Come on, you've been guessing before. You've been getting them right.
I know, but this could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm not even gonna guess. I can't tell you on that one.
A horse race.
Yep. I would have never. I could have guessed 100 times and never come up with a horse race.
And they named it the Teresa Weisen.
Teresa Wise after the
bride.
The bride. Huh.
Which means Teresa's green. So she must have had a nice green pasture and they were out there running around.
Yep, I never would have guessed.
So that's -5 for that one.
Whoa.
Wow, the easiest question and you got minus. Now you're back to even again.
Yeah, I never would have guessed a horse race.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no.
Huh.
I could have said they went back to actually like harvesting the crops or something, but
well, that is one of the next questions coming up.
Nice.
All right, so
I already got that one right. Nice.
So we're doing good. Here we go. Back to a blue can.
Oh boy.
How about that?
And this is Third Space Oktoberfest. Hey, this is a Marzahn style lager.
Yes.
Interesting.
I see that. And it's 6% ABV, 25 IBUs.
They stepped it up a little bit.
And we have 2 sentences. It says the malty lager beer, perfect for brisk weather and festive ambiance.
Oh.
The kind you can't buy at Walmart. Throw on your lederhosen, there, and find your gemütlichkeit.
Oh, I've heard that word said before, but I can't pronounce it either.
And you know what that means? I looked that up.
What?
Something you need to work on. Your congeniality and your friendliness.
Oh, okay. Well,
Gemütlichkeit.
Okay.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, it's easy for you. Yeah, it's not easy for you to read, though, I can tell you that.
I don't know my German.
This can is, once again, blue and white. It has the checkering on part of it. The Oktoberfest is written in kind of a neat font, I guess you could say.
And we've got Third Spaces from Milwaukee again, right down there.
And we've had a number of I shouldn't say a number, we've had some Third Space beers before.
Yep, it looks like they opened their doors in 2016, and in 2018, they were named one of the 50 fastest growing craft breweries in the nation.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, because I say the Sam Adams is in Boston and Bell's was in Sheboygan, right? Which one was in Sheboygan? Or Three Sheeps.
Three Sheeps.
And then the other ones have been in Wisconsin so far.
No, Kalamazoo, Bell's.
Dang it. Never mind.
You're losing points.
All those points I got from the trivia so far gone.
Indeed, in third space are Milwaukee.
Okay.
So we only had 3 beers from Wisconsin.
But we talked about Broken Bad a little bit too.
Yes,
so that's where I was confused.
There's a little maltiness there, right?
There's definitely more maltiness there.
We have it's 5. What
6%.
6%, so 25 IBU.
So this is the highest one.
Highest ABV and IBU.
Yeah. Oh yeah. IBUs by quite a bit.
Yeah, almost double
the other ones. You really don't get. I don't get anyway a hoppiness at all to it. I think the malt kind of knocks that down.
I do now that I've waited a little bit with that first sip, kind of a dry finish.
Yeah,
I don't know if that.
I get that too.
Is that the hops? Do you think?
It's got to be, but it's not as bad as like some IPAs that we've had.
Right, it's not overpowering.
You do get that kind of a dryness on your tongue.
I mean, it's not a bad dryness. Nope. It's just it's there. So I mean, you're just recognizing what it does. But I mean, the flavor's not bad.
No,
I mean, it has decent flavor.
That's the thing. So far with all 5 of these now, if you're someplace that somebody was having an Oktoberfest party and these are all in the cooler, you could drink any one of them.
Oh yeah, easily.
And I wouldn't be offended at all. So that's cool because, like I said, I believe we talked about this last year when I went to the first time they had the craft beer night at Oktoberfest in La Crosse.
Okay,
I went to that, and it was they had a big tent in there with all the craft beer craft breweries in there, and I couldn't believe the vast difference. Oh,
there was quite a few different beers?
Oh, my God. Well, just every place had an Oktoberfest.
Oh.
And they were so vastly different. And, Jim, there was some that you were just like, oh, that is not good.
Oh, not good, huh?
No. And I don't know, like I said, so I'm glad these ones have all been pretty good,
I mean, I guess the good parts are each unique. I don't think we've had any that have tasted the same, right?
No, they've all been just a little bit different.
Just a touch different.
And that's the thing that's weird to me is, and I know other styles can be like that too, but a lot of times if you have an IPA and a number of different companies make an IPA, they're fairly similar.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where to me, it seems like Oktoberfest beers are just wide across the board. They're very different. Like they put their own little spin on it, and you can definitely taste it. Right. But that's cool. It keeps you coming back for more from other places.
Right. And I mean, like some of the IPA or even like the big box light beers, they all have a very similar taste. Where these, they're all Marzahns, but they all taste a little bit different.
Yep. Exactly.
Which is good.
Exactly.
I mean, if you don't like one, you can always just try another one, and you're gonna get a little bit. And hopefully, we're helping people. What their taste buds, what they like more. Hopefully, this will steer them towards getting one of these beers, and trying them out.
Yep, I agree with you there. So, what are you thinking on the score for this one?
Well, I do like it better than the last two. I'm gonna give it a 3.1.
Oh wow! Wow.
I mean, because it's nothing bad. I like the flavor. I mean, I guess that dryness, even though I don't like IPAs, what I like about this is that it's not, the hop aroma and flavor is not overpowering. It's just giving me the dry finish, right, which is not a bad, I don't mind a dry finish. Yep. I can't deduct it for having that.
Yep. So I agree with you there. I do like it better than the last two, but I'm going to go with 2.88. Do I have that available?
Oh, you snuck it in there. Yes.
2.8.
Yeah. You're lucky.
Yeah. I don't personally, I guess I do like the Sam Adams better and even the Three Sheeps better. But this one is definitely better than the last two. It has more flavor. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's a very good representation. So I have
for sure
no problem with it.
Yeah. I think we're still talking the same language here. Mm-hmm. So I do have another question for you.
Oh, I got to redeem myself here.
Yes. Let's see here. Oh, how many beers are we at? We're at
5.
All right. How about this? At today's Oktoberfest, current being current, not going on today, but
right.
Current.
Yep.
What is the name of the largest tent, and how many people does it hold?
Oh my gosh. Now, I think in Munich, Germany, you're talking?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you would think back, one of our very special co-hosts, Toby, has actually told you the answer. So that's why I wanted to bring this out.
I'm trying to remember if it's Hocker Shore, if they have the biggest one. I'll say, is it that one? Or is there another one bigger? Because I know one of them holds is it 20,000 people? I'm going to say Hocker Shore, 20,000 people.
Hofbrau
Oh, dang
Fest
it.
Hall
Yeah.
holds 10,000.
10,000. Okay.
So they actually did have one previous that did hold 15,000.
Okay.
But now the current one, largest one there now is 10,000.
Okay. That's
But
a
I
big
thought it was-
tent. That's a big tent.
Yeah.
You know?
And I thought it was cool. Hofbrau. And it got Fest Hall, which is FESTHALLE.
Okay. Interesting.
So I thought that was cool. That's just some cool,
Yeah.
different.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I know that there's each of those big tents or whatever they are. I think they're sponsored by each one is separately sponsored by a different brewery.
Right, like that big
And that's the only beer that's in there.
Yes.
So
Hofbrau, Hackershore, I'm sure.
they don't have guest taps there.
No. Well, and the way those, remember, I think you mentioned once before, those ladies,
Oh yeah.
really small ladies can carry, how
They're
much
carrying-
are those, the quart?
It's
glasses?
a liter.
A liter.
A liter.
And they're carrying one glass at a time?
No. How many? The one lady I saw, because you see videos on reels and YouTube and such all the time, and I think the one lady I remember seeing had, I can't remember if it was 12 or 13, because she had, I can't remember if it was 6 on the bottom, 6 on top, and then 1 on top of that, and she was carrying, and I was like,
Up steps.
yeah,
Up steps,
down, whatever, and I was like, yeah, that's not, no.
I can see, I can see you doing that. With your later hosing on.
Yeah. I
I
probably couldn't even lift that many,
But that's good. I mean, and those women weren't like big ladies either. They were small.
Yeah,
So, I mean, the beer must be good then if they're able to carry that much.
Yeah, you would sure think. So that is wild. That's on my bucket list. I'd love to go over there. I've always, heard a number of people say, if you're going over there for Oktoberfest, go to the fest, 1 day or 2 days, and then, maybe go check out some other stuff. Because it's all, I suppose then it gets kind of the same, I suppose. But
Right.
But that would be really cool to go check it out, because I've seen, they've got, besides the beer halls, they've got carnivals and all this other stuff going on inside there, and food and all that. So it would really be something to witness at some point. Oh, boy.
Right.
So we got another bottle here.
We got a bottle coming out.
And that artwork is way different.
Does that look different to you?
That looks different.
So guess this is Munsterfest.
Munsterfest?
From Three Floyds. It's an Oktoberfest style lager.
Wow.
And I did not realize, but Three Floyds is from Munster, Indiana.
Really?
There's actually a town named that. 6.2 ABV. So this is our highest one
so far.
and 20 IBUs.
Munster.
So this
is... I like the TV show Munsters.
Oh, okay.
And I like Munster cheese.
Oh, good tie-in.
So maybe it'll be tied in.
Well, and I don't know if we've had a lot of beers from Three Floyds. I know we like their artwork. I mean, this is really...
We've had a number, but...
This artwork does not look like any of the other Oktoberfest beers.
There's... Yeah, when you look at this, it totally does not scream of Oktoberfest.
No, and that was one of the reasons why I bought that one, because I was like, well, the bottle looks cool.
Yeah.
The artwork looks really cool. So it says, a Marzen-style fest beer brewed with the finest German malted barley, aromatic Bavarian noble hops, and traditional lager yeast.
Okay.
This rich, malty lager is one of the few that remain true to the tradition of fest beers, originally brewed to honor the marriage of Prince Ludwig in 1810.
Well, I knew that.
See, that's why I didn't want you to look at some, because it had some of the...
No wonder you told me not to look ahead.
Because it had some of the deets on there. And
this one is darker in color, just like the Three Sheeps for sure.
Oh, I'm going to have some spillage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, off the side.
Oh, boy. I thought he was doing good. He knew how to pour a beer, but...
Ooh, that's good.
See, that's different, too. I mean, different than the other ones that we've had.
Not bad different, though.
No, that's pretty smooth.
And it's 6.2 ABV. It's the highest one.
Did it say the IBUs?
20.
20, okay.
So it's not the
less.
highest. It's not the highest IBUs either.
No. And I don't taste, none of these. You don't get a hoppy taste to it, which is the only one was the Indeed that had a little bit of a dryness to it.
A little dry at the end.
But other than that, it's been like you would expect.
Yes.
And this is I don't mind this. This is actually pretty...
Well, and, it's a credit to all the brewers that are doing this, because each one is unique. I mean, you can tell that they're all Marzens. You know that style, but the flavor, each one is just like on the big wheel of flavor, they're each a notch different.
Yep.
It is hard to explain, but I mean, I guess that's the fun part of what we're doing, but they taste good. I mean...
Well, and... Before we did this episode, you'd got a hold of me about, okay, what Marzahn, what Oktoberfest beers have we had on the podcast?
Yep.
And we've had a couple of shows, I believe. This will be like the third show, I think.
Yep.
And every time you turn around, it just seems like there's more ones showing up that we haven't had.
Yep. I know.
So, and I do like the style. I really do like the style, and I think you and I probably like it more because we've always kind of been in, especially like the bigger stouts, which are more malty than hoppy. And like I said, I think that more people like a malty type flavor of a beer than a real hoppy one. And that's why I think that they are really popular. And like I said, to me, it seems like people get excited about this time of year because they know they're coming out. When they first see that first one hit the shelf, then it's like, all right, it's go time for a while, and it's...
Well, and I think that's so then the other side of the sword is they're only out for such a short period of time.
Yeah.
They taste good. People like them. They want to go back. Now, I'll bet you if I went back to try to buy these again,
they're probably gone.
They're probably gone already. So, it's, I wish there was a way that we could, I wish we had unlimited money and we could make our own brewery and then we're going to have Oktoberfest all year round.
Wait a minute. I thought you told me before that you had unlimited money. Did you fib to me?
No, that was you. You're my
No, you're the
Daddy Warbucks.
I thought you were the money man. Dang it. Well, I guess we just have to deal with what we can find then.
Yeah. I mean, that's what sucks is, the beers taste good.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I would bet that people would buy these all year round. I mean, they're not just going to buy them because it's October.
Now, I wonder, part of it is probably too, I know it takes a while to make it.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And so, where they have to age a little longer. So as far as like your normal beers.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And so I'm sure that's part of it.
But I mean, if you started the whole process and just kept the batch going.
Oh, right. If you kept it going the whole year, just kept doing it, then it would probably lose its luster. And I think right now, all the companies know we got a good thing going because we know once we get this stuff out there, it's going to be gone.
Right. You're because you're a marketing guy. You know that.
Yeah.
See, I'm just a beer
connoisseur.
Unconnoisseur. If I like something that tastes good, I want to keep having a couple more.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, well, I guess I got to buy up a 6-pack each time just to make sure I can have some last. But
that is kind of wild, though, that you had to buy 6 packs, which is good because that means we can have them again later. But
whoa.
Or you can have them again later. I'm sorry.
If you are very nice to me, I might invite you over to have one more.
All right.
So do you want to go first on your score?
Yeah. I don't mind this one. This is actually pretty good. I'm going to go like a 3.1. I like this one.
You blew the top?
Yeah, I think this is my top one right now. I do like the flavor. It's not as, I'm trying to think of the 3 Sheeps, like it had that stronger flavor. This one I don't think the flavor is quite as strong, but I think it's more a smoother flavor, and it does have a lot of flavor compared to the other ones.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to go 3.1. I really like it.
So I think, and I echo everything you said. I think the only thing that I'm tasting that's different is the finish is smooth and it lasts. Mm-hmm. Whatever, I don't know. It's not a hoppy finish. I don't know if it's a malty finish, but it's a good flavor that stays. That's like, wow, that is like, makes you want to go back and have another drink from your glass. It's that kind of a flavor, the finish, which is really, really good. So I think I like this one the best. I'm going to go 3.3.
Nice. Well, so when you were saying that, I purposely took another drink and focused on the finish. Yeah, you're right. At first I was like, okay, it's almost an orange kind of, but then it's not an orange. It's got, I know, it's the malt, but it's like, yeah, that is a good finish, and it hangs on a little bit. And yeah, I like that.
And I think of all the beers that we've had so far, they've all tasted good. Their flavor's been good that first taste, but the finish for this one, for this category so far, I think the finish for me has been the best of all the beers.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I totally agree with you.
So, are you ready for another question?
Well, hang on. You know what? We haven't done in a while.
Uh-oh. Is it time to start poking? We're going to polka? Or what do you got on tap? Oh, here we go. Oh, look at the people dancing in the background.
Yeah.
Look at them over in the background dancing.
That's crazy.
Are they slapping their heels? I can't bend my knee like that anymore.
I guess we were serving Oktoberfest beers to the people in the stands.
There you go.
Ready?
Whoa,
ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi.
Look at that. Look at them dancing. We got so many people that are bouncing the floor around back here.
This is crazy.
Holy cow.
We're going to have to expand the size of the studio here.
I know. We're going to have to get more beer.
Oh, yeah, that too. Sit down. Okay. All right, let's get back to the questions.
So.
Please be an easy one.
Yeah. I'm trying to like come up with something that's gonna be. The questions I got are they're way too hard.
Just shoot one out. I'll try it.
All right.
I won't get it right, but I'll try it.
What was added in 1818 to the Oktoberfest
Carnival? Or the beer tent? The beer tent.
The
things.
first merry-go-round.
Well, I was kind of close on the first one.
Yes, you were. And then at the same time, they started adding booths, then larger beer halls, balconies, beer stands. So 1818 is when they started actually expanding to like what it looks like today.
That's wild.
1818. I thought that was just interesting that it was like over 200 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
206 years ago.
They started,
let's add some stuff to this.
Right.
Boy, that's wild. Yeah, I never would have had, I like I said, I just threw Carnival out there because I thought, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you were close.
I was close.
All right, so now we're on beer number 7, correct?
1, 2, yes.
We got a blue one.
Oh. Yep, that's another blue one. Back to kind of the standard, the look. I shouldn't say standard. The look that you would expect.
Yes, blue.
Yep,
with a red, but it's got a little red top.
Top on it. And what's the?
This is Left Hand Brewing.
It's got like almost like a tiger looking face on there too.
Crazy. I couldn't tell because it almost looks like an owl, kind of, doesn't it? With the yellow eyes.
Oh yes.
Maybe, but
when you look at it, it almost looks like it has teeth.
Yes,
doesn't it?
But I don't know how that's related to Oktoberfest.
No,
that's from a little.
What year did they add tigers and owls to that?
Right. So here we go. So it's the Left Hand Brewing Company, 6.6 ABV,
nice.
24 IBUs. Still not over the top.
Yep.
It says, "Let the rich copper hues of this bright lager shine from your stein." Do we have a stein?
I do.
That's where next time we do this, we probably gotta get a stein, don't we?
I got a stein. I just gotta find where I put it.
Don't we? That's probably what we need to do next time, right?
Yeah, we'll do it next time.
All right. Our Oktoberfest Marzahn balances malt-driven notes of bread crust, biscuit, and toasted pretzel. With just the right amounts of noble hop character, culminating in a dry and spicy finish.
Interesting.
Deliciously repeatable. I've never heard those two words put together like that.
That goes to the marketing guys.
This take on the classic is the perfect way to toast the season of crisp air, changing leaves, and festival feasts. Prost. Okay, well, I mean, the artwork is, I think, throwing us off.
Yeah, it does have some of the traditional look, except for the owl tiger on the front.
At least he's pointing at you. He's going to get mad at you.
He's looking mad at me.
The color is light orangish, right? It's not
as dark as a couple of them, but it's probably the third darkest, I would say.
But not much for head. It does not much for head.
The aroma is very muted.
Very faint, yep.
Definitely a malt flavor.
There you
get the malt for sure.
But it's not like overpowering. It's like really, that's real balanced with the malt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it's kind of, gotta look at the scores again. Yeah, I don't know, Jim. It's a little bit of on the finish when it kind of lingers there. You're kind of like, a little different flavor to it. It's not as smooth as the that last one was.
The Munster
on that finish, but it's still it's a good. I think it's good.
I don't know if we did this on purpose or not, but I mean, our scores are all like from the average to just like the high end of above average.
Right.
They're all in. We haven't really had one that's been a clunker.
No.
So I don't know. Like, true testament to the brewers. I mean, and the luck of the draw for me. I mean, because again, I haven't had these, and I mean, I ended up having to pull six packs to get these. So, I mean, we got lucky, right? I mean, with the flavors.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you're saying before we can have any other beers now, we're gonna have to have an Oktoberfest or 6.
Well, right now, my wife is saying that we have no more beer room.
Oh,
so you either
we're gonna have to take care of that.
Yeah, you might have to come over and help me drink a couple of these.
Oopsies.
But these are the good part is, and again, this one was 6.6.
Yeah, so this highest.
Might be one of the higher.
This is typically probably on the higher end of most of your Oktoberfest,
right?
I would say, yeah.
But I would say for the whole class, I don't taste alcohol. I don't. There's not an alcohol like bitterness or anything. I mean, these are all, I think, really good representations of Oktoberfest beers.
Yep, that's the one thing. Like I said, because the first one was 4 points,
5 points.
Was the Sam Adams was 5.2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But none of them have had any kind of a alcohol flavor. You know what I mean?
Which is nice.
Which is good. Yeah.
Which is.
Yep.
I mean, they're all true to the true to the German purity law.
Yes.
Is that a good statement to say?
Yeah. Yep.
Using the 4 basic ingredients and just tweaking the style of hops, probably, or malts,
or whatever they do, their little spin on it, and they're all they're all related, so to speak.
Yes,
but they're different enough to where each one will have their bigger fans.
But I mean, these are really good beers.
Yeah, very good. I do not dislike any of these.
I'm just trying to see here if there's. So it looks like, well, this is another good brewery, Left Hand Brewing, born in Longmont, Colorado, in September of 1993.
Wow, so it's been out there for a while.
They're over 30 years.
Yeah,
which is nice. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but all these beers, none of these are really, one or two maybe were relatively new, but most of them have been around a while, so they've been tweaking their recipes, I'm sure, to get it dialed in. I mean, this, again, tastes really good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like I said before, the thing that surprises me is this is number 7.
Yep, we got one left.
Oh, wait. The other side of that can is totally different than this one is just like the normal. You see that?
Yep.
It's like the normal writing. Oh. And then the back has got that weird critter on it.
So they were scaring you. In case
I'm going to have to take a picture of both sides of the can to show people that we weren't crazy. But getting back to what I was saying, they're all really good, honestly. And maybe it's just because we haven't had them in a year. But
and we've been waiting for these guys to get them out again to us.
Right. But it's they're all really good. I'm impressed.
So you want to go with the score?
I'm gonna go 3.2 on this one.
So this is your favorite?
No, hang on.
3.
Yeah, I'll go 3.2. I do like this one. I think I'm gonna go 3.2. I do like the flavor of it, and I think they did a good job. The 2 different artworks of cans, I gotta give them a 0.2 of a point because then both sides are pretty decent,
and they're different.
And they're different. Yeah,
not many of those have anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I'm trying to come up. Nothing negative is coming out. It's just I guess not as much head as all the other ones. And I'm going to say a 2.9.
Okay.
Now, we're at the point in the show.
I was going to say, is this, because you said we had 8, right? And this was 8. Number 7.
Yes.
So now you're gonna bring something out that's going to blow my socks off, you said.
Well, I don't know if that's possible because you said that you've rated how many beers?
Well, basically 5,100.
So 5,100 beers. And I'm probably out on a limb when I'm saying that you may have never had this style of beer before.
But it's an Oktoberfest.
So I don't know. And so I'm trying to think. And it's not one of the ones we've talked about before where it's a Marzahn or a Munich Lager.
Not a Fest beer.
It's not one of those.
So that's a different
take.
Okay, my interest is piqued.
Okay, which is good, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. So we'll see because.
So you're gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong. If you've had it, you can kick me in the shin.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, here,
so do you have a drum roll or do you have some music?
No, we'll get some drum roll.
Okay. Go.
I'll turn it down a little bit.
But the people are still dancing back there.
Oh, they are.
Look at it. They're kicking their heels up pretty high.
I think they might be drunk already.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, whatever.
All right,
we'll turn this down a little bit. All right, Jim, what do we got?
So I'll hand it to you, buddy. Caress this.
Caress it.
And then I'll read a little bit. All right.
Okay. So do you want me to say who it's by?
You can say whatever
This
you want.
is by Founders, which we've had a lot of really good Founders beers. Typically,
And what is it? What are they known for that we like?
like their barrel-aged stouts and more so their stouts than anything.
So this is an Imperial German-style Marzen aged in bourbon barrels.
Bourbon Barrel Oktoberfest.
Yes. Have you had one of those before?
Can't say as I have. I didn't even know such a thing existed.
So did I, is this something that you've never had? This might be some like the unicorn that we found?
It very well could be. But the name, by the way, is Ultimate Oktoberfest.
And
well, they're setting it up good. So
9.4%.
wow,
so
that's way higher than any Oktoberfest we've ever had.
And you said between 5 and 6%,
Typically,
right?
yeah, typically
20 IBUs.
Okay,
So it says roll out the barrel.
there you go.
The bourbon barrel, that is. We're talking we're taking the classic German style Marzen and kicking it up a notch by adding the smooth, rich flavors that only 9 months in a bourbon barrel can provide. Get out your lederhosen and prepare for an intense wave of Bavarian hysteria. Ultimate Oktoberfest is here.
This is going to be.
So I hope I found one that maybe you hadn't had that I'm like, this might be something good.
Oh, I was going to say, I can safely say I never even heard of a barrel-aged Oktoberfest before.
So that's probably a good thing in itself, right? I mean, and then we both like
just
bourbon barrel, right?
Oh yeah, I said just the aroma is good.
It's
like almost a sweet.
The bourbon really,
man. I don't know if it's like a graham cracker type smell to it. Do you get that? You're picking
very,
kind of up on that.
So, because I mean, we haven't had aromas for.
No, yeah. None of these other ones had very much aroma.
No, we had actually something to talk about.
Yeah, this one you can definitely smell it.
The color matches right with all the other ones.
It looks just like
a Marzen.
Some of the darker ones. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like the Sam Adams, the Three Sheeps, whereas it looks like a little bit darker than amber.
If you wouldn't have known that it was aged in bourbon barrels, by looking at the color, you would not know.
You thought it was just a normal Oktoberfest.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
I'll wait till you take your first sip.
That's terrible. Here, give me your glass. You don't want to taste that.
Oh, wow.
That is crazy. How did people not do this before?
That is
you know
amazing.
What I mean? I've never heard of this before. How is it that other companies haven't had this already? Maybe they have, but...
So did I find a good one with this one?
Yeah, you did okay on this one.
And I mean, not to knock any of the earlier ones, but I think this amps up the Oktoberfest beers to
this takes it to a new level.
I mean, the other ones were good. This one, do I dare say the word great?
It's pushing that for sure.
I mean, for a Marzen,
sure.
I don't know if we had a Marzen that's...
No, this reminds me of... Do you remember... Well, it would have been last year in season 1 when we had that barrel-aged pumpkin beer.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got them in my fridge.
Yes.
Because they were on sale too, so I bought 2 4-packs of them.
So I mean, that's put that category to a new level. And
those were Southern Tier.
No, this one I thought it was a different. Anyway, it could be.
Well, I bought the 2 Southern Tier ones. One's caramel.
Yep.
Caramel barrel aged pumpkin.
Yep. So I mean, when they started doing that with it raised that category to a new level.
Yes.
This one, as far as I know, is in a class by itself. Because I've never seen, and I will not be surprised if within next year we see, it may not be a huge number, but it may be 2 or 3,
Right, and we don't know what bourbon it was aged in.
Oh, it doesn't say.
It does not say.
Okay.
But wow, this is
really... Wow. You did a good job on that.
I mean, I hope you like it. I didn't want to like...
Yeah, no, what's the ABV? Did we say 9 something? You said, right?
It is. Let me double check. I don't want to give any bum scoop. 9.4.
9.4. So for an Oktoberfest, that's way high.
I mean, I don't...
But it doesn't taste like it.
Right, there's no burn. I don't have a burn.
It does have a little bit different flavor, which you would expect. You would expect the bourbon, aging in a bourbon barrel, you're going to get some of that bourbon note. But if there is bourbon, it's very mellow.
It's very smooth.
And it's kind of mellowed out the maltiness of your normal Oktoberfest. Yeah, this is crazy, dude.
So you think this one's okay?
It's okay.
Wow. I tried to find, because and I went back again after I bought this 4-pack. Haven't seen it again.
Really?
So, I mean, this is one of the, other people must have saw this too.
Oh, I'm sure.
And snapped it right up. But this, man, this might be one of my new favorites.
Wow.
For Oktoberfest.
This is good.
Well, give me your score there, Big Shooter. I know you like it.
This is the top one for sure.
Okay.
How high am I going to go? This is probably this will be the highest Oktoberfest beer I've ever rated. I think the flavor is unbelievably good. The aroma was way good. The finish is amazing. I'm going a 4. Honestly, I think it's, to me, this just raised the bar on a number of there's some companies out there that I could see doing a barrel-aged Oktoberfest now, and it'll be interesting to see what that race is like, but I think this is good. I really like it.
And again, I think put your plug in there. I think we would be some good people to send their Oktoberfest beers to us first, the bourbon barrel-aged ones.
I agree.
So we could try them first before they go into full production. Send them to us. We'll give you our honest feedback.
Yep.
But boy, they have done in only 9 months.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those ones like Central Waters, 36, 48, 52 months.
Yeah, we've had ones that, I think 52 months is about the highest we've seen so far.
Right.
That we've tried. Yeah, that is crazy. Just think if they had it in there longer, what it would taste like.
Or, I don't know what the name of the bourbon was for the barrel.
Right.
What if they had a Pappy? Or, something like one of those high, but I'm sure they didn't want to invest a lot of money because they didn't know what it was going to be like.
Oh, exactly.
What people like this.
Yep.
Well, I think from our point of view, we really like it.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, did I say that I was trying to make sure everybody listened to the very end, when we start talking?
No, you were making me wonder, what has he got up his sleeve, and you did not disappoint. So I'll give you my score. I'm going to go a 4.1. Nice.
I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, this is.
I will guarantee on both of ours that is the highest Oktoberfest by far.
You think so?
That's ever been rated. I'll guarantee it.
I mean, this is,
and it's not. Again, I know people are going to say, "Oh, you guys like barrel-aged beers." Yes, we do. But the flavor on this is unbelievable. And the aroma, like I said, I get that graham cracker kind of smell.
Yep.
The flavor is super smooth, way good. And it's not a boozy flavor.
No.
You know what I mean? That's what, if people are thinking, oh yeah, it's just, you can taste bourbon. You really can't.
No, I mean.
But it changes it enough to where it's like, wow.
But I mean, what I like the best is it has the Marzen touch with the bourbon flavor.
Yep.
I mean, it's such a good balance and combination. I mean, that I don't think I've seen Central Waters is a good with their barrel aged, but they haven't tried doing a Marzen.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen. Do they have an Oktoberfest?
They do, and we did we did try it last year.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they do.
Yep.
I would love to see what they could do with it.
Oh,
another company I'd love to see is Distil, to see what they could possibly do, because I'm trying to think. Would have to look to see if they have had an Oktoberfest. They probably have. They're big enough. They probably have, but I'd love to see what some of those companies do with it.
So my daughter is going back to college here relatively soon, and she has the joy of being 15 minutes away from Central Waters.
That's terrible.
I know. So I'm going to actually swing over by there, and I'm going to see if I can talk to somebody in charge and ask them see if Caroline can come over and be the taste tester.
No. Oh, we should be able to go over.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
But if I could talk him into barrel aging one of their Oktoberfest.
Yeah, that would be.
And then we could go back up there and do an on-site, on location.
In Wisconsin, Central Waters is one of my favorite breweries.
Yes,
by far. So that would be cool, because I've been there a number of times. You've been there a number of times. We've never done a podcast from there.
Yep.
That would be really cool. And we've got hopefully now that Basketball college is going again, and basketball is underway. We've got a bunch more new breweries we're going to have to check out.
Yep.
Again, and see what happens. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. So I think hopefully I broke the ceiling with this beer, but what do you think? What are your thoughts on the overall?
Man, overall, this was a really good class. There wasn't, in my opinion, there was not a clunker at all. Anybody could try any of these, including the barrel-aged beer, and I don't think it would chase anybody off because there's not that boozy, flavor like most people would expect.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think it was really good. So
did I do okay?
You did good.
All right,
you did really good. So you can come back again next week. So.
And make sure that you do the step up when you have to bring some more.
Well, yeah. Why do you always do that? You set the bar high, and then I totally blow it. But yeah, like I said, as far as the overall, of course, my favorite is the Founders. That is crazy good.
Yep.
I do think that any of these would be great for a new person. I think the Sam Adams, or was it I'm trying to remember. The Sam Adams would be a good one, and so would actually, honestly, the three Floyds. I think the Munster would be really good because the flavors were just super smooth, really good. The three Sheeps, I think was closer to like a traditional Marzahn. What I would expect, think of a Marzahn being Oktoberfest. That one had the closer flavor to a traditional, I think, but. Again, like I said, all of these were amazing. You did a great job, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right. So I will have to say, again, I was definitely pulling the Founders blind. Never had it. Only having Founders previously, knowing that they knew how to KBS, all their barrel-aged process has been really good. So I was like, well, if anybody can do it, Founders can do it. And I think they did it. Yeah. So my head and shoulders way above everybody, Ultimate Oktoberfest, but that's not the beer that the beginners should try first. I mean, I think the one, if you're starting off, if you try that Sam Adams, the three Sheeps, Third Space, or even three Floyds, any one of those four, I think you're going to have, each one has just a little different.
Their own spin on it.
Yes.
Yep.
Just, I mean, it's not a bad, but they're like a tenth of a degree off. So they all tasted different, but they all tasted good. And I think that you'd be surprised at how good each of them tastes. And I think that you'd be selling yourself short if you didn't try more than just one. Don't just stick with one. I would just try more. Because I mean, these are all good beers.
Yep. If you can find where you can do a build your own 6-pack, and they do have Oktoberfest there that you can grab as many different ones as you can. Because like I said before, that's the one style that it's just blows me away how different they each taste from each other.
Yes.
They're similar but vastly different, really. So but yeah, Jim, that again, I got to go back to that Ultimate Oktoberfest. That is crazy. It does. Do you remember Big Eddie when that was around?
The Big Eddie.
It was like Leinenkugel's, kind of their higher end, so to speak. It was higher octane, typically, and they had an Uber Oktoberfest.
Uber
Oktoberfest, it was called, but it wasn't this smooth. That one definitely had a stronger. But that one, I believe, it was probably similar. I have to look it up. It had to have been similar ABV.
Okay,
like a 9 something maybe. But that's been. How many years ago did they stop Big Eddie's? It's been quite a while ago.
But they haven't brought anything out since then.
No, not even remotely close. But this one is way smoother.
Nice.
So yeah, you did good.
Well, I guess there's only one thing we can do. I guess can we strike up the band and we can do one more cheer?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, geez, look at this crowd going crazy.
They are just dancing on their tippy toes now.
Can't wait to see what they do when it's actually Oktoberfest.
Oh, I know.
All right, are you ready?
Here we go.
All right, Jim.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi! Hey, Prost! Happy Oktoberfest, everybody.
See you guys later.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.